Hello my lovely ducklings. Today I have for you an unboxing video. Let me just hide my packing slip with my personal information. In this haul I have a number of Magical Girl games that I imported from Japan, so I wanted to go over them with you. First up we have Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon Sailor Stars Exciting Party for the Sega Pico. Developed and published by Bandai in August of 1996, the events in this game are very loosely based around the anime season with which it shares a name. Gameplay on this game is similar to Snakes and Ladders, and it also has 10 minigames and some trivia questions also based on this season of the anime. Following that, we have our first special edition box, the Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Ace Portable The Gears of Destiny Limited Edition God Box for the Sony PlayStation Portable. Quite a mouthful. Developed by Witchcraft, published by Namco Bandai, and released on December 22nd, 2011, this 3D fighting game takes place around 3 months after the event of the first game. This version includes characters from later series entries and quality of life improvements over the first game, which we will get to later. Included in this limited edition is a special video DVD with 30 minutes of CG cutscenes that are included in the game. It also includes a giant shower curtain with art of the girls in a hot springs seen here. Next up is a special Weiss Schwartz, or as my coworker likes to call it, Waifu Wars, Nanoha God trial deck with 50 cards with beautiful illustrations from the game. I will probably not learn how to play this anytime soon. Next up is a double-sided air cushion with illustrations of the girls seen here. And last but certainly not least, the reason I, and I assume most other people, bought this special edition, a Nendroid Petite set by Good Smile. This set includes Dirch, Stern, and Levy, along with their weapons and cute little stands on which to display them. Backtracking just a little, we have Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Ace Portable, the Battle of Aces Limited Edition Lyrical Box, also for the Sony PlayStation Portable, because this is the game that comes before the one that we just looked at. Come on, Ari. It's just a box. You can do it. You can do it. Get it out. There you go. Good job. Wasting no time with frivolities such as, you know, the game that this is the special edition for, I present to you the Nanoha school uniform version Figma, aka the reason I and presumably everyone else bought this version. It is super cute, and I can't wait to get the matching Fate tester with that. Surprising, I assume very few, this game was also developed by Witchcraft, also published by Namco Bandai, and was released on January 21st of 2010. The first special edition item is a 3-piece waterproof poster set featuring Fate, Nanoha, and Hayate, seen here. This game is, as you would expect, also a 3D fighting game, the plot of which is an alternate reality continuation of the Ace anime. Next special item is this Nanoha and Fate towel, seen here. Also included is a visual archive art book with images from the game, a cute sticker sheet featuring Fate and Nanoha, a reversible pink or orange soft pouch for the PSP, and an adorable microfiber cloth. Following that, we have Wedding Peach for the Nintendo Super Famicom. Developed by Nihon Soft System and published by KSS, released September 29, 1995, this game has 8 minigames and a story mode about romance. Following that, we have Magic Knight Rayearth, also for the Nintendo Super Famicom. Developed by Pandora Box and published by Tomy, released sometime in September of 1995, this is a turn-based RPG that follows the events of the anime. Up next, we have Cardcaptor Sakura, always with Sakura-chan, for the Nintendo Game Boy Color. Developed and published by MTO and released May 15, 1999, this was a graphic adventure game that follows the events of the first season of the anime. Up next, we have Duo Pretty Cure Unbelievable! The Dream Park is a Labyrinth for Nintendo Game Boy Advance. This puzzle platformer was developed by Open Sesame and published by Bandai, released December 9, 2004. Up next, we have Cardcaptor Sakura, Sakura and the Mysterious Clow Card for the Bandai WonderSwan. Developed by Sims and published by Bandai and NHK, this game was a turn-based RPG that was reminiscent of Pokemon. Up next, we have Heart Catch Precure Fashion Collection for Nintendo DS. Released August 5th, 2010, and developed and published by Bandai Namco, it includes a series of minigames, fights, and musical performances, with additional content unlocking as you play. This was the second of 3 games based on this season. Following the theme, we have Sweet Precure Melody Collection for Nintendo DS. Released August 25th, 2011, and developed and published by Bandai Namco, this was a mostly musical series of minigames a la Cooking Mama. Also included was Duo Precure Max Heart Really? Really? A fight is okay, isn't it? For the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. This 2D platformer was released July 28, 2005, and you guessed it, developed and published by Bandai Namco. Our next game is Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon R for the Nintendo Game Boy. Released April 22, 1994, and developed and published by Angel, the gameplay of this alternates between adventure, platforming, and brawler segments. Next we have Phantom Thief Saint Tail for the Sega Game Gear. Developed by Arc System Works division Minato Gaiken and published by Sega, this Kids Gear title was one of the last games ever released for the system on March 29, 1996. Next we have Cardcaptor Sakura Sakura Card Minigame for Nintendo Game Boy Advance. This minigame compilation was developed and published by TDK Mediactive and released December 12, 2003. Along those same lines, we have Cardcaptor Sakura Tomoeda Elementary School's Sports Day for Nintendo Game Boy Color. This was a minigame compilation about sports, developed and published by MTO and released October 6th of 2000. Next, we have Animatic Story 1 Cardcaptor Sakura for the Sony PlayStation. Co-developed by Akira and Ancient and published by Akira, this game retells the events of the first season and is an adventure game with different gameplay gimmicks for each card that you have to collect. It was released on August 5th, 1999 and is compatible with the Pocket Station. Up next, we have Tokyo Mew Mew Enter the New Mew Mew Serve Everyone Together for the Sony PlayStation. Released December 5th, 2002, developed by Winkysoft and published by Takara, this turn-based RPG has an original story with game-exclusive characters designed by the mangaka herself. Up next, we have Clumsy Witch Doremi Bang Musical Shop English Festival for the Sony PlayStation. This KidStation game teaches the English alphabet and short phrases through musical minigames, and also sings songs in English and in Japanese. It was developed by Chime and published by Bandai, and released on March 20th, 2002. An earlier game in the same series, Clumsy Witch Do-Re-Mi Sharp Magical Shop Dance Carnival for PS1, was also a KidStation game that was a music rhythm game similar to DDR. It was also developed by Chime and published by Bandai, and released on September 21st of 2000. Next, we have Doki Doki Precure Impersonator Life for Nintendo 3DS. This released August 1st of 2013 and was developed and published by Bandai Namco. Like all of the other Precure games of this era, it alternates between minigames, battles, and music rhythm segments, and stars the girls of this season. Similarly, up next we have Happiness Charge Precure Sparkling Collection for Nintendo 3DS. Released July 31st, 2014, and developed and published by Bandai Namco, this game coincided with the 10th anniversary of the franchise and featured older Cure teams as well as the main ones for this season. It did include cards that were cross-compatible with the All-Stars arcade game as well. Last but certainly not least, we have Cardcaptor Sakura Clow Card Magic. This is the limited edition for PS1. This limited edition included a pink plastic case with several goodies. The game was co-developed by Akira and Ancient and published by Akira. It was released on January 27th of 2000. It's a vertical scrolling puzzle game of sorts, where you have to shoot cards and make chains to clear them. Also included was a cute, clear pocket station that interacted with the game. A limited edition pink Cardcaptor Sakura lanyard with a cute charm. Some rivets, which we'll get to later. A signed replicate of the Animatic Story Game 1 Cardcaptor Sakura script. A picture. And a frame for the picture, which you could put together with the rivets that we saw earlier. It also included some cute stickers. Also, obviously, registration cards and instructions for everything. And with that, we are at the end of this haul. Booyah! If you wanted to leave a comment below, you can answer one of these questions. Have you played any of these games? Do any of them that you haven't played sound interesting to you? Do you have a favorite Magical Girl game that wasn't mentioned? What's your favorite Magical Girl series? Does it have any games? If you like retro games or Magical Girls in general, please feel free to subscribe for future content, since most of it will be about some combination of those two. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye!